Well, welcome to this episode of ISV Talks. I'm Carol Livingston from Dynamics Connections. And on today's episode, we have Lindsay Cole, who's the account manager for software solutions at Hy-Tek Intralogistics. So welcome, Lindsay.
Thank you. Good to be here.
I'm really excited to have you. And can you introduce yourself, how long you've been with Hy-Tek, and a little bit about the company?
Yeah, so I'm actually newer to Hy-Tek within the last 6 months, and formerly we were known as Fast Corp. New to the industry, but so far loving every aspect of it. New to software solutions, came from the medical device world, which, we start to integrate more and more of that into the industry as well. So yeah, I'm really happy to be here.
I know there's been a lot of changes. Fastcore is now Hy-Tek, but tell us about that and the history of the company.
So it's been a really interesting process. They're under the Hy-Tek umbrella. There's about 7 companies now, and we have everything ranging from supply chain consulting to integrated systems for conveyors and traditional automation. We have software and controls, of course, my wheelhouse, the WMS system, equipment, whether it's handling equipment, storage and racking. We have services, whether it's engineering or installation, support. And then, of course, we have our goods to person and AMRs, which is our autonomous mobile robotics. So a lot of different companies underneath the Hy-Tek umbrella, but we really are offering a one platform, which is, of course, our Intro One platform at this point.
It sounds like a lot. What are the software part of that? What does that integrate with? What ERPs and systems do you integrate with?
So Hy-Tek's Intro One product is ERP agnostic, and we have traditionally worked with and heavily in the Microsoft Dynamics arena with GP and today BC and FO, which have also worked with many others, including Sage, Acumatica, Oracle, SAP, as well as others.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I know a big part is Dynamics, but I know you're, yeah, exactly right. Acumatica, it's another track I'm working with as well. So what have you seen as far as, well, I guess there's a lot of change just with becoming part of Hy-Tek, but what changes have you seen in the past year or even within the industry?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. I would say, and most of the people that I work with would say that the number one factor that's driving our business right now is labor issues, whether it's retaining labor, new hiring, new employees. Obviously, COVID was a big transition for our industry, but more than ever, it's just about finding people and keeping good people, and then, giving them systems and tools to be able to keep their job and like what they're doing. And then, of course, retaining that same labor. Our world is really focused on supply and logistical side of the business. So most of the companies that we're dealing with, they are under a great deal of pressure to find better solutions and systems for their warehouse and distribution centers, with labor pretty much driving all of those decisions. The companies that we're looking for, they need more automation or just direction in general, and better ways and resources to run their day-to-day operations. We believe at Hy-Tek, we're unique because we're positioned to work with partners and their clients to address these needs in turn, which complements and in many cases extends our capabilities and theirs beyond what their current ERP systems can do or where they can take them. We really are looking to partner with a client, and because we have the Intro One platform, we can grow with that client, meet them where they are right now, and maybe they only need one portion of our platform today, but when you're looking at 5, 10, or even 20 years down the line, we're really trying to grow with that client and build on not only that relationship, but their needs based on what their issues are at that time.
Yeah, exactly. They may not need a automation system right now. They just need WMS. Yeah, definitely. I like that you can work with them where they are at and then be there for their future too. So that's great.
Right.
Tell us a little bit more about how does the company work with partners in the channel?
So many of the ERP systems that we have today, there's some level of warehouse management. They generally do not go, like I said, as deep or as broad as we can go. We work directly with many of the latest technologies like robotics that are truly dominating the supply chain. Recently, we were just at ProMat in Chicago. Basically, as we all know, the future is robotics, and there was a lot of that being represented in ProMat, which we're really trying to grow and adapt to that changing market as well.
So, well, let's kind of go on with that question about what you're seeing in the industry or market. It sounds like there's more opportunity to, even for software, to extend to and integrate with equipment, right? In the
Right.
supply chain, that's especially critical.
What we're really doing in, one of our biggest growth factors right now within our warehousing management system is taking a client from where they are today, which is a lot of times paper, and bringing that visibility to life. And whether that's labor visibility, whether it's looking at what their inventory is coming or out, shipping or receiving, that's really what a warehouse management solution does. And that's where, when we're looking at Hy-Tek specifically, if someone comes to us and they're on paper, with having the one platform or the Intra1 platform, we can have many options with the solutions that we can offer for them. So where we can start with a warehouse management system, we can add in other things, whether it's mobile devices, whether it's conveyor systems, like I said, racking. We're working with a lot of different systems and different players, and then really trying to just honestly go back to the bare bones of what really makes the system work, which is the people who are operating it, making it easier for them to be able to do the inventory and do the day-to-day functioning. And whether it's keeping the books or passing it off to the next player, that's where we're really trying to make life really easy for those people, the people who are on the floors doing the day-to-day jobs.
Right. Yeah. Well, and exactly. Some feel like, okay, an improvement was, maybe go to barcode scanning, but there is still a lot of, seems like, paper being walked from station to station and not
Yeah.
very automated. And yeah.
When we're making people's jobs easier, we're eliminating mistakes. You're being more efficient. There's less steps, less touches, taking the legwork out of it for the people who are on the floors. And you're looking at just data entry, for example, and the errors that come along with that. There can be a lot of mistakes, human errors. And that's what we're really trying to aim for with our WMS right now, is just eliminating a lot of those steps and touch points.
Mm-hmm. Is there maybe something you could talk about with a customer success story? Like, how have you helped customers and partners with your solutions?
Yeah, so one in particular is in our backyard. I don't know if you're aware, but Hy-Tek is actually based out of Columbus. I probably should have mentioned that when I introduced myself. But myself and our team is based out of the Erlanger office, but we have several different locations, one being in Florence, Kentucky as well. So Blue Star is right here in our backyard. They're one of our customers that we started with in 2018. So, we've been working with them now fluidly for the last several years. And when we first partnered with Blue Star back in 2018, they were, of course, operating and using Oracle ERP, and they use voice picking. So they had poor inventory accuracy, excessive back orders. That was one thing that was really a big concern, a lot of overtime, and had little visibility to what exactly the inventory looked like from day to day to year end. So 2019, we implemented Intra1 WMS and TMS. They started using system cartonization integrated with the TMS for rates and service for their selections. They picked a pre-label, they had SKUs and dimensional data for their auto shipping, and we ended up actually reducing their total cost of distribution by 40%. So we're going to take that a step further. Fast forward to 2021.
Okay.
2020 was, obviously a marker for everyone to remember. But then we're going to take it a step forward in 2021. And then we just continued to optimize their processes that they already had in place. We added automation in their shipping, and then we expanded their data analysis, so more visibility. Then in 2022, we integrated the Exotex GTP system, WCS, WES, and automation. And then we reconfigured their pick modules to be like a full case pick. So they had a 40% FTE reduction. And truly, where they are today at 2023, they're expanding even more. We're working with them and continue to work with them to make their processes easier, give them more visibility, and just be more efficient from day to day to the year-end stuff. It's really exciting.
That's pretty phenomenal. 40% reduction in cost per order. Like that was, it sounds like that was early on, right? When they first got
Yeah.
on the software.
Well,
So,
and this is sort of what we are going back to with the Hy-Tek and our Inter platform. We at Hy-Tek really believe that it's important for the customer to be able to come to us, and we're able to provide lots of different options for them and really meet them where they are. We are not trying to sell them on every aspect of Hy-Tek when they first come to meet with us. We really are trying to just be an umbrella and give the offerings, but meet them where they're at that time. And like Blue Star 2018, we started our relationship with them. Here we are in 2023, and we are now expanding even more with, into 2024, 2025 at this point.
continuing to make those improvements. That's pretty
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes.
Kind of based on your experience or perspective, what are you seeing as kind of trends in the supply chain space? So like what's kind of happening now? I know maybe a year or two ago that definitely were a lot of supply chain issues, but what's happening now? Is it still with us, and what's happening?
Well, I wouldn't say it's supply chain issues as much as it is labor issues. Going back to what we had just talked about before, I mean, it's being able to get your people to come on board, keeping them aboard, making them more efficient, giving them more visibility to do and be more efficient in their own jobs, and keeping and retaining good people. So that's still driving the business right now. It's not as much as the shortages as much as it is the people. So we're really trying to offer a lot of different options to make that really more efficient for all of the business owners and all of our clients. When we're talking about labor shortages, I mean, obviously with 2020 and 2021 and now even through 2022, there's a lot of transitions. And when we're working with people within each one of our facilities, there's a learning curve, and that certainly takes time, but we try to take the guesswork out of what they're doing and give them the opportunity to be able to do it on their own and do it efficiently, which obviously brings a lot more just balance at work and being more efficient at work and being able to really own and hone their craft. And that's really what we're doing with our WMS today. There is a real trend right now that we're seeing more and more, and it's just that clients really prefer to work with fewer vendors. And with our company at Hy-Tek, being able to simplify our projects, accelerate them, and in many respects, we can make what are complex systems or situations much more simple. And we have a whole team here that if it's not a WMS that you need, there are other options and other solutions and other people that I can really not hand you off to, but certainly work with to be able to get that conversation started so that our customers aren't wondering, okay, well, if I can't work with you, where else do I need to go to? And that's really what we're trying to do at Hy-Tek, is just to build that platform for our customers and make it really simple for them to be able to stick with one brand.
Yeah. So I know you have the innovation lab. Do you want to talk about that?
Love to. One of my favorite parts about Hy-Tek. So in Erlanger, we actually started building what's called an innovation lab, the first of its kind that I know of. And what we can do is bring our customers into our labs and see firsthand what we're doing at Hy-Tek. So we have our Exotech system working. We have our robots working on the floor. They can have visibility to see what it is that our WMS and the capabilities that we have. And it's just a really cool place to visualize maybe where your company isn't now, but where it could go to, and all the different options at play. And to be able to physically walk into a space and sort of think about and visualize what your warehouse could look like is just a really cool aspect. And I think it's really brings a lot of aha moments or, really good visualization to our customers to be able to, look at something tangible and see it working.
Yeah, so they can go and do some hands-on, experiment or, experience it. That's a great idea. I love that idea that you can go and see what it looks like and the different systems. And what I love about Hy-Tek and the acquisition, Fastcore being acquired by Hy-Tek, is that you guys can bring much more to the table than just software. Well, that's good too, but it's great that you can bring all these other solutions to the table as well. And I like the one-stop shop idea, right? The idea that you have one vendor to work with. You don't have to wonder, oh, okay, now we need to go get, construction people or electricians or,
Right.
designers to like do a facility layout. You really have that all in-house, and it's all high-tech resources too. I love that.
Correct. And we do have that 1-800 number that is one Hy-Tek number, and it's 24/7, and they're not reaching somebody, or waiting till a Monday morning at 8 a.m. They can certainly reach someone on the weekends as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a good point. If you just have 8 to 5 help desk, but your operation is 24/7. Yeah, it's
Correct.
great that there's a person you can reach out to that's available all the time. That's awesome.
Yes, very much so.
So, is there any trend or one trend that you're seeing that partners or customers are coming to speak with Hy-Tek or your solutions?
I think it's really just about going from sort of an archaic form, which is paper, to really making that leap. I mean, it's a big learning curve, I think, for a lot of a lot of the people who have been in some of these warehousing systems have been there for a very long time. And so making that leap from paper to really utilizing online cloud and not having that sort of tangible piece of paper is a big leap for a lot of people, but it really does make life a lot more efficient. And it really does give you visibility that you need when it comes to looking at your warehouse in a different way.
Well, thank you, Lindsay, for being part of this episode. And really interesting to hear about how Hy-Tek is helping companies and organizations automate their warehousing and distribution centers. So thank you. This is Lindsay's
Thank you.
contact information. If you want to reach out to her, please do. And I'm sure she'd be happy to answer questions. So thank you, Lindsay, for joining us today.
Thank you, Carol. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
And I'll see you all on our next episode. So goodbye, friends. And thank you again, Lindsay. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.